hello there. Oh, hi everybody. What's up? How are you? Just hanging out here with Babu on my way to Nerdventures Tower to talk about Season 3 of The Mandalorian, breaking down the episode, talking about what we liked, what we didn't like. It's the last episode of the season, the last time we get to have this kind of fun. And so, yeah, we're using this intro screen again. I'm pulling into the tower. Shut your mouth. I'll see you in a second. Yeah. Mando. The finale, the end of the season. And man, I gotta say it. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it, but I have some mixed feelings, a little conflicted about the finale. And so I wanted to get into that with y'all, talk about all of it, and kind of speculate on what we think's going on, what we think is happening behind the scenes, etc., etc. I suppose it's a good place to start at, just to kind of see where you guys are at with the episode. So let's get it started that way. What review, what score would you give The Mandalorian finale out of 10? What would you give it? What would you give it? Okay, so let's see here. We've got a 3, an 8, an 8, a 3, an 8, a 5 to 6, a 69. Nice. 7s, 8, 7, 7, 6. Okay. 6. Wow. Okay. You know what's kind of interesting about this? I legitimately thought, well, it's just like 4. I actually thought that your guys' score for this was going to be much higher. I gotta be honest, like, I thought you guys would be at a much higher place with the episode, and I was gonna have to come out here and be like, sorry guys, I don't agree. You know, from what I've seen online, it's kind of interesting. I have seen a lot of people that enjoyed the episode, a lot of people that are pretty high on the episode, but I've seen a lot of people going pretty hard on the episode and also the season. And actually some people that it's a little bit surprising to me. Some of these folks that are coming for this episode. And I always know that's happening because I always see all these tweets from these people that are like, hey, having criticisms and not liking the end of this show doesn't make me negative. It doesn't make me toxic or whatever. And I'm always like, welcome to the party, pal. You know, and I know when I'm seeing tweets like that, like that's it's not a good sign. Not a good look. It means a lot of pro-Disney people did not like the episode. You know, Collider has a really interesting article up by Maggie Lovett, who's, I would say, usually pretty positive. And she talks about how they took the easy way out, and she's quite critical of the episode. I wonder if this is going to be a situation where out the gate there's a lot of positivity for the episode, but as time goes on and more people think about it and talk about it, could be considered not the best. As the more I thought about the episode, the more I got upset about the episode. But I also feel, and I wonder how you guys feel about this, I kind of feel like it's not quite bad enough. Like it somehow gets out of this season. Like the show somehow gets out of this season with everything intact still. You know what I mean? Like Din is literally still alive. You know, they're chilling on a farm. It's him and Grogu. You know, the man. Oh, by the way, full spoilers. 100%. That's what we're doing. You know, Gideon gone. Bo and Mando doing their thing. The New Republic doing their thing. It's like everything's kind of set back to status quo. In a sense, that's good. But also, I think that's a lot of people's complaints. It's like very safe, very stale, very vanilla. And I think that's the perfect way to describe it. It's just incredibly vanilla in this last episode. So maybe let's just go through it. Let's go through it. I'll kind of take you through my thoughts as I was watching it, break down the different points, break down the things that I thought were like goofy as heck. And then we can go from there. Oh, hang on one second. Let me... Yeah, okay. Let's do it this way. Also, I do want to say it feels weird because like I was actually kind of excited to see what was going to happen in the finale, and I was like anticipating all of these different things and the possibility of course, Din Djarin dying. Oh my god, my dogs are going crazy. Din Djarin dying and all this sort of stuff, right? And it's like, man, none of that shit happened. Like, none of that shit happened. And it's so... I don't know. I feel like I was a little bit bamboozled. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I was a little bit bamboozled. And it's not just, like, the rumors and that. Like, we talked about that Dave Filoni quote. We talked about the quotes from the other actors. Like, all of these different people. All so hyped up and excited, talking about all of these different things. And it felt like nothing happened. So, let's go through it. Let's go through it. Here we go. So, guys, give me 1 second. I gotta go get the dog. Okay. Here we go. Let's get into this. So, the episode started, it's like in the action, right? And I didn't hate this. I was like, okay, so we're kind of getting into it right away. That's kind of crazy, cool. Axe Woves is set up. And then we get to the stuff with Din, man, and... Wait, where's it at? He literally... Within like 2 seconds of getting captured is free. And we had all these thoughts and all these theories and everything based on it. And it felt so weird that he's just like, boom, he's out. You know what I mean? He's good to go. He can handle business, little fight with the Beskar stormtroopers. And he's out. And he's reunited with Grogu. Which I also find kind of crazy. But, whatever. At this point, like, I wasn't too down on the episode. I was just like, wow, okay, so they're just kind of doing it like that. Next up, we get all of these TIE fighters launching, which is kind of cool. Like, I like that shot, right? I thought it was sweet. You get Gideon, and this whole sequence here... and we're going to have to come back to this because this is such a goofy ass part of the episode. I've seen some hilarious memes about this. But essentially, you have Moff Gideon just sitting in this room. Okay? He's told what's going on. And he puts his helmet on and leaves. Okay? We'll come back to that. Then you get R5 coming into the base to shut down the stuff. And look, at the end of the day, it's fine. And he's tracking them. That's a good point. So R5 comes down, and it's like, it's whatever. He's getting his little R2 moment. He's like, dropping the gates and everything like that. So The problem, I'll get into all the supers. Don't worry. The problem with this scene is that he then goes into this area where all the clones are. We're cutting around a little bit. He Axe Woves gets on the ship, tells everybody to bail, and I think me, like many of you, were probably like, "Whoa, is he the spy? Like, who's the spy?" By the way, if you have a theory on who the actual spy is, or you know what the hell that title was even about, let me know in chat. And, then you get all of these ships going down into the surface and the Star Destroyers up there. There's some really cool shots. There's some fun stuff in that sequence for sure. And at this point, I'm riding with the episode. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine. Like, we're doing our thing here. Then he's taking these guys out karate style with no weapon in between the laser doors. And it's just so weird because they're getting to a spot that's like Gideon's big, crazy plan, his whole thing. And he was tracking them. And he leaves the room, but he doesn't leave the room to stop this from happening. That's what's crazy. This is like his whole freaking thing here. And he leaves the room and doesn't go stop them from shutting this stuff down. And this stuff, with it all being Gideon, which we get more of an explanation, later or whatnot. I thought it was cool. But it's like a very lingering thread, something that we've wondered about for a long, long time. And it amounts to essentially nothing. It's a cool concept. We get the reveal, and then Din with a single button blows it all up, and it's just over. And I would have loved to see like more of that, like Gideon himself. Like, imagine Gideon in a fight with Bo-Katan or Din, using the Force, or some enemies coming in and using the Force. The idea of making him have the Force via cloning and engineering and stuff like that, interesting. That would have been kind of cool. There's some compelling scenes, there's some interesting stuff that you can do with it, and they don't do any of that, dude. Like, they just end it, right? Then we've got like a little stop in the middle of the episode to show the freaking garden that they've been planning. And this is where, when I was watching the episode, I really started to I don't know about this. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't really like it. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point, let's put on the closed captioning here. Because I am pretty damn sure they talk about taking a break here. Let me see. Taking refuge in the surface cake since the purge. Yeah, and so they stop and have this little moment where you see that there's grass and everything like that. But the problem is, it just then ends with the ship coming in and saying your reinforcements are here, and then they're all just back into battling and fly out. And it felt like, what? What is going on? What is this scene? And, we get a cool sequence. A lot of people are hyping this sequence up, and I do think it's pretty sweet. With the jetpack on jetpack battle here. It's cool. It's a cool sequence. It's nice, well designed. I wish it was a little bit more clear. It's pretty chaotic, and I feel like there's some opportunities for some really crazy, cinematography and stuff that you do there. And then, here's, the next part that really bugged me when I was watching the episode. Is, this Gideon, who, again, we saw literally leave. He comes back into that same room, helmet off, complaining about them killing his clones. And I'm just like, dude, what? It doesn't, I don't know, man. I couldn't get past that shit. I was like, that's pretty whack, dude. And then he's just fighting without his helmet on. He gets the helmet on. They have this, pretty standard good guy, bad guy battle here. Praetorians, you know, Baby Yoda gets in on the mix. Like, it's a very, like, action-heavy bunch of moments. Bo comes in. There's, like, this little sequence where Grogu's, like, running around this thing and getting sliced up. And just more battling with Gideon. More battling with all of them. Axe Woves coming in hot. Explodes down. Oh, first he destroys the Darksaber. Which is like, R.I.P. Darksaber, dude. Like, what the fuck? I certainly don't like that. I'm also kind of weirded out by, like, what are they just going to let it be broken? Like, they're not even going to grab the Kyber crystal from that and remake it? Pretty, yeah, pretty lame. Ship comes in. Blows them up. And Gideon gets killed in, like, kind of a classic villain, like, oh, you know, kind of way. The fires come in. Grogu saves them both with the Force. That's it. Now, we then cut to this sequence, man, where this kid takes the thing again, I guess, baptized in the living waters. I thought he was already baptized, but I guess it wasn't the living waters. And then he adopts Grogu. Okay? So he adopts Grogu officially. And his new name is Din Grogu. Like, Din Grogu? Rey Skywalker? Like, what are we doing here, dude? This is crazy. And also, I don't know, man. It was just fucking stupid. It was fucking stupid. And then you have this ceremony scene here. Bo-Katan lighting the thing. You've got Din at the end. It's almost plays like an epilogue, to be honest. And I've seen a lot of people bring this up, too. He kind of says, I'll do some bounty work for the New Republic. And then he kicks back on Navarro. Literally feet up with Grogu. And now he's back to bounty hunting. They also ended on a really weird, like, Looney Tunes wipe. Like, what the hell was this? Very weird. So, overall, fun action. We tie some stuff up. But it just felt very safe. No real stakes. Things are set back in a way pre-season 2 finale. And so that's kind of my thoughts on it overall. It's okay. It's like a 6 or a 7. I can't really decide. Decent enough to be like, oh, okay, cool. You know, good finale. But also, this is certainly, I think, the worst season of The Mandalorian. And felt very, very empty. Felt very empty. As compared to what we got before. So, it's kind of my thoughts. It's kind of my thoughts. It's a weird one. You know? It's quite the strange one. I think technically it's not bad enough to sort of destroy all the hype, and I think that the 4th season could end up being really, really cool still, and they could still do some fun stuff with the Mando verse heading into the film. I'm like happy that Din didn't die, but I'm also like, well, what the hell happened? Like, oh, dude, it's like kind of weird, right? So, yeah. So crazy, man. What a crazy time to be a fan of Star Wars, huh? So I want to get into Q&A, and I want to like hear what you guys have to say about the episode. But I think maybe we should talk a little bit about the Jonathan Majors situation. I kind of did a big video about this, right? I did a bit of... yeah, we can talk about Adam Driver for sure. Let's talk about the bad news, then we'll talk about the good news, okay? And thanks for doing the 5 gifted. Holy cow, that's very nice of you. Okay. So I was already working on a video talking about the Jonathan Majors situation. Maybe you guys that follow me on Twitter, you'll recall I made a tweet about a week ago saying that I heard from somebody pretty reliable that it was over for Jonathan Majors at Marvel, okay? I couldn't confirm that. That was just, it was one reliable person. I couldn't get it confirmed from other people. And there were a lot of people saying, like, I haven't heard anything, I don't know, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I sort of started making a video about that. And then he gets dropped from his managers, okay? So a month out from the incident, from the arrest on the 25th of last month, he gets dropped from his managers. And that's a super big deal, dude. Like, that's very bad. His PR firm apparently had dropped him earlier on as well. It wasn't reported, but they dropped him. And so that came out. We did a report on that. I really think it's over, even before the newest stuff, which I got into in a second here. And I was like, yeah, I think it's over. I said in the video that I made, we should just move to Doctor Doom. Because frankly, I don't think there's a single person that can replace Jonathan Majors on pure talent. Not to mention, Disney's probably going to look for somebody very safe, very, like, this person's not going to rock the boat at all. You know, kind of, like, honestly, borderline boring, maybe. That's who they're going to look for. And this whole situation just kind of sucks. And I don't want to be thinking about Jonathan Majors. I don't want to be thinking about Kang. It's a very, very tough situation. So that's why I think they need to just push Doctor Doom immediately. They just need to start pushing Doctor Doom, building him up in the background, much like they were building up Jonathan Majors' Kang, and allow Doctor Doom to sort of, you know, take over for Kang. I don't think you can get away with changing the Kang Dynasty. You still have to do the Kang Dynasty, but you could have a Doctor Doom, or maybe several Doctor Doom, kind of take over Kang Dynasty even, and sort of change that up as well, right? The stuff that came out after that, it's pretty wild. Like, everybody, like, this dude is basically losing everything. He lost a whole bunch of movie gigs, a whole bunch of other partnerships, and it just came out 20 minutes ago, right as we were going live, that more of Jonathan Majors' victims have come forward and are working with the district attorney. Like, I want to repeat that. So when this shit was all going down, like on that Saturday and that Sunday, that Saturday night, there were a lot of people that started coming out of the woodwork talking some major shit on Jonathan Majors. A couple different directors, you know, certainly not nobodies. These were people that were just talking about how everybody at NYU Film School knew this guy, knew about him. All these people knew about this guy. Jonathan Majors is a serial abuser, et cetera, et cetera. So we didn't hear anything else about that. And I remember saying, if there's truth to this, it will come out. Journalists are now going to be on the scent. They're going to seek this out. And they're going to, like, we will hear about this. There'll be a big spread about this. And there wasn't for an entire month. And I actually thought, wow, that's maybe a good sign. Maybe that was just smoke. You know, maybe that was just smoke. Well, it turns out a lot of those victims actually did come forward, but not to the press. They've come forward to the Manhattan DA's office. And they're trying to, like, help. And look, I don't know how else to say it. It's over. Like, it's just over. Marvel is very likely just waiting to announce that it's over. The original line, and when I say original, it was like 2 days ago in the article, it said something like, Marvel has had zero conversation about dropping Majors from the MCU. And, like, if you honestly believe that, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, now that is the official line. That's what they've said. If they didn't comment, they would have printed, like, they declined to comment. Right? They commented. And honestly, that's crazy. If you really think they've had zero conversations about it, of course they have. They've had internal conversations. They've probably talked to his managers before the managers bailed. They were probably biding their time, and I strongly feel they've already made their decision. But the problem is they're waiting They are waiting to make this call because they probably don't want to do it so close to Guardians 2. Because then all of the press questions are going to be about Majors. You know, it'll hang over the movie like something of a cloud. And so I would assume that they are probably just waiting until after Guardians comes out to make that announcement. But, you know, I know it's a tough one and it's a controversial one. And I know there are some people that still believe he's innocent and he'll have his day in court. And we'll see. Nothing. We don't know anything for sure yet. But, like, I think part of what I do is, like, I have to, like, read into what's going on and try to make sense of it, you know, for you guys. And from where I'm standing, I don't see how Marvel can continue to work with this guy. You know? So, yeah, I think it's over. I think it's over for Jonathan Majors. Kind of sad. Definitely... Like, I'll tell you this. This is the thing that's really crazy. Last thing Marvel needs right now. Like, literally the last thing Marvel needs. And, of course, like, my heart goes out to the victims and you know, that whole situation. If there are victims, again, we don't really fully understand what's going on. I tend to believe there are victims. I feel for them. But, like, this is, you know, this is not the den of domestic abuse. It's the den of nerds, right? My whole thing is covering Marvel and Star Wars and DC and pop culture. Marvel's already having a shaky time. A lot of stuff is not going right for Marvel. It is fucking unbelievable that this would happen. Like, the amount of investment that Marvel has made into this guy, not just in his contract, but they have written, you know, interconnected stories of television and movies. They just did a post-credit scene where you see like 1,000 different versions of this freaking guy. This freaking guy was going to be the big bad for a ton of different movies and a ton of different projects, and ultimately the villain of the next 2 Avengers movies. Holy banana nut muffin on a Sunday morning. It's so fucking bad, dude. I bet for the past month, Kevin Feige has been waking up every day and just like pinching himself and being like, dude, is this real? Like, is this the real world? Holy shit. Pretty crazy, right? So anyways, I'm sure we'll talk more about that when it officially happens. And then, you know, again, we got to hear what you guys have to say and we'll kind of talk about it as a community. But my whole thing is like, dude, you can't even do Kang now the way you were going to. Period. Like, just period. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Like, are we all just gonna like embrace the new Kang and be like, yeah, let's just keep it moving? Like, I don't think so, dude. It's Doctor Doom's time. It's Doctor Doom's time. Okay, anyways, let's talk about one more big story that's pretty fun, and then we'll get into Q&A. It is being reported from Daniel RPK that Adam Driver is indeed in final talks to be Reed Richards in the MCU. We've talked a little bit about Adam Driver coming in. You know, I personally wanted him to be Doctor Doom, especially now if Doctor Doom has more to do and he comes in, and that'd be pretty crazy, right? But that is the report. He's actually going to be Reed Richards. So I'm curious. I'm really curious. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? It's so bad? I'm down. I'd rather he be Doom too. Yeah, I mean, look, I'd rather him be Doom, but I think he's actually going to do good as Reed, to be honest with you. Can we do call-ins? No, not today, brother. I'm too brain dead from the watch parties and nerd theories and fucking blinkers and shit. He'll make a good read. Not my read. Hashtag not my read. Totally down. Yeah, man, I'm down as well. Need to see the whole cast before judging? I think that's fair. You know, I think Grace Randolph talked about who she heard was in the running. And a lot of these names we've heard before. Let me pull this up. The hell? Okay. So we've got this gal, and she was in what the butt movie was that? With Tenet. She was in Tenet. I liked her in Tenet. Mila Kunis, who we saw meeting with the director. This chick, who we all know who she is. And her too. Is this Jodie Comer? Yeah. That's Jodie Comer. I actually think Jodie would probably be the best pick, dude. Like, that looks like Sue to me. You know? Kind of interesting. Yeah, kind of interesting. So we'll probably get, some mention of this relatively soon. It'll probably break. Maybe even break in the trades. But, yeah, Adam Driver and then this short list, it seems. She would be good too, man. She would be a good read, or Sue. But you know, the only thing about her is that she gives me a little bit of villain vibes. Like, I would low-key almost like her as Emma Frost. Oh, Lizzo for Kang? 100%. You're right. What am I thinking? Of course, if you just get Lizzo to be Kang, then we can keep this whole dang thing moving. Bars. 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 Okay. And Jack Black is Doctor Doom. Let's get it. Hell yeah. Jack Black is Doctor Doom. Let's go. So yeah, we're going to get a Q&A here. We're going to get into Q&A. But again, what a weird time to be covering fucking Marvel, Star Wars, and all this different stuff, man. Season 3 was like, what the fuck? Jonathan Majors Kang situation. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, let's just get into the Q&A, man. Let's get into the Q&A. And then we'll call it, okay? Talented Mr. Griffin, appreciate you, brother, says, not sure how Gideon broke the Darksaber considering it was made of the highest purity of Beskar. The season was cool, not on par with 1 or 2 at all. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. And I don't understand the Darksaber thing either. And also, the shit's awesome. Like, have we ever just considered, like, not destroying it because it's fucking awesome? Like, what do you guys think the point of destroying the Darksaber is, man? Like, what is that about? John Boyega as Kang. I mean, I like John Boyega. I highly doubt that would be the person they would go with. Highly doubt it. Damn. You know what the fucking craziest part of, like, all this Jonathan Major stuff is? Because, like, a little bit keeps coming out here and there. It's like, I didn't even know Homie was doing all this. Like, I didn't even know he was attached to this. Like, apparently he's stepped down from the board of Gotham Film and Media Institution. And his work with Sidney Poitier Interactive, which could create a support emerging filmmakers. Ugh. It's fucking crazy. Hot and Autumn says, first watch, okay. 2, 3, fourth watch, 10 out of 10, loved it. Wait a minute, are you talking about this episode? So you love this episode? Yo, are there any of you out there that absolutely love this episode? Throw one in the chat. I'm just curious. Any of you guys, like, love this episode and you think I'm crazy? Any of y'all? OJ Simpson Kang would go wild? Yeah, he'd probably, slay. Yeah, that's on you guys. If you don't like that joke, that's you. Yeah, that's it. That's your fault, chat. I didn't do that. You did that. Sheesh. Okay, Today We Talk says, let's go 8-month member. For me, this season wasn't the best, but the last 2 episodes were good. Glad to be back in the streams. Right on, baby. Right on, baby. It's a major problem. I thought about making that like in my thumbnail or something from yesterday. I was like, Marvel's major problem. And I was like, it's a little too on the nose, huh? Gatekeeper's Dynamo says the episode was cool. Would have been better as a mid-season showing. That finale would have paid off much more. Yeah, I agree. Also, dude, you know what I was thinking about too? I was like, bro, I hope that Giancarlo like read the script for this season and literally said, well, I'm not growing the mustache. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, everybody loves the mustache. And he's like, John, I'm in this for about 5 seconds, and then you're killing me off. I'm not growing the mustache. And, like, he's literally just like, I'm not growing that fucking mustache. And they were like, fuck, it's the least of our problems. Just shoot him without the stash. You know? This dude just came in the last part of every single season. How many shows are going to waste Giancarlo Esposito like that? Like, holy shit, dude. What an incredible talent that's just wasted, man. Ugh. Devin says, I'm tired of feeling like we write better plots from theory than the real thing. And or Kenobi, Mando, Ahsoka save us. No, I'm 100% on board with that, man. I 100% agree with you. It is wild, the quality of writing that we've gotten. I kind of low-key feel like the universe is like, just fucking with me and trying to get me to give Andor another chance. Should I give Andor another chance, guys? What do you think? That could be kind of a fun video, right? I gave Andor, or I tried to watch Andor again. Should I give it another chance? No. A lot of people are saying no. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Diamond Fig says, so after 13 years of Darksaber lore, that's how it ends? Just snapped in half like a old Wii remote? I know, right? You would think that the ancient blade built 10,000 plus years ago, or whatever it is. Here, look, check this out. This is what it is right here. Look how they massacred my boy. Like, how's that even possible? And also, Dooku would be like, it's perfect. You know? And like, what? It just doesn't work at all? Look at this one. Your clones are your most precious creations. Yep. And this map gives you the exact location of the Mandalorian. Yep. So you know he's in the next room where your clones are. Makes sense to me. So you're going to stop him from destroying them? No. Okay. Haunted Autumn says, the spies thing still irks me, but after I set my fanboy dreaming aside, the episode really grew on me. Also, I have the most nerd coin. Equal, I am right. Damn, okay. I would take all your nerd coin away, bruh. The nerdy one says, Josh, you the GOAT. I don't know that I'm the GOAT, but I'd be trying. So thank you. Mark, thanks for the 2. RJ Phyllis says, evening streams are tough to get to. It's happy hour time here in Colorado. Thanks for all you do, Josh. I'll rewatch tomorrow morning. Nerd Avengers for life. Appreciate you, RJ. Really do. Diamond Fig says, this entire season was to set him up as the Condolorian. Season 2, we got a live-action Darksaber. Season 2, Luke mother effing Skywalker. Season 3, didn't get to timeshare in Florida. Yeah, that's kind of true, huh? He's literally, like, got his feet kicked up. It's kind of wild. Like, I feel like that ending, And, you know, to be honest with you guys, I heard they filmed 2 endings, one where Din Djarin died and one where they sort of put Din Djarin off to the side. So it feels like this is the putting Din Djarin off to the side one. But they can also just do for season 4 focusing on Din Djarin. Like maybe they work it out, figure it out, and because it's kind of also weird. There's no scene at all with Pedro's face in this season, but that lines up with us hearing he wasn't on set for Principal at all. So I think technically, like, yeah, you could get season 4, but season 4 could focus on Bo. Season 4 could be about many different things, or it could just go be about Din and Grogu. But I kind of feel like they're set off to the side. That's kind of what the ending is to me. I wonder what you guys think. Heather Price with a very generous $20 holler says, season 3 should have been Grogu with Luke. Din deciding he could be Mandalorian while also showing his face like Bo. More Moff Gideon, Cara Dune, Grogu reunion with Din, and then taking of Mandalore. Yeah, I think that would be, I think that would have been much better. I absolutely agree. It's pretty wild the way that season 3 ended up shaking out, right? Matthew Griffith says, Disney whipping that golden goose like a nunchuck. Oh, no. Diamond Fix says, Gideon clones are arguably the coolest thing set up this entire season, and the loop was opened and closed in 10 seconds of screen time in the finale. Yeah, it's crazy. I agree with that 100%. Bananas. And, like, how are you supposed to feel about Gideon now, just in general? Like, he's a fart in the wind of a character. Like, you got a Gideon statue, you got a Gideon action figure, you got some Gideon merch. Feels kind of silly, doesn't it? The Fresh Dow says, oh, I see. There was no force in Andor because Gideon was using it all to do nothing. Excellent work again, Kathy. Feed me another. True. Soren says, whatever happened to the behind the scenes didn't make Boba whack or this season whack. I don't think John is right for Star Wars. Dave hasn't missed. Yeah, so that's going to be sort of the thing. It's like, what's going on with Jon Favreau? Because if you think there's nothing going on behind the scenes, then he's kind of now 2 for 2. Or 2 and 2, I would argue Boba Fett and this season pretty whack writing, like legitimately bad writing, and the first 2 seasons pretty good writing. So what's going on? Like, what's the deal, right? 100 Autumn says things Josh doesn't like: stories, grass. Just kidding. Too tired to get raged up about that. Jive and Jimmy says, I can't get over the Darksaber being destroyed so easily. Felt like a big slap in the face. A lightsaber with that much history and meaning gone. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a damn shame, dude. Maybe we'll see it in season 4. Maybe they remake it, though, huh? Mo from the Foe says, the big payoff was Din adopting Grogu, which we all assumed was the case the entire damn show. By the way, final fight was reminiscent of the end of Avatar 2. Yeah, holy shit, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, and I also think, yeah, you're right. Like, the adoption thing is ridiculous because we always thought they were father and son anyways. That's the whole fucking dynamic, dude. It's like, what? And also, Din Grogu? Oh my god, Din Grogu? Like, come on. Does anybody here honestly like Din Grogu? Like, as a name? Come on, man. Come on, man. Nobody actually thinks that's dope, huh? Din Grogu? Oh my god, Mikkel does? Russell thinks it's dope too? Dude, Vandolph the Black thinks it's dope? Din Grogu? Guys, it feels like a fucking Mad Lib. Like, no. No. Din Grogu? I'm Din Djarin. This is Din Grogu, and we're here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. Oh, so bad. Caleb likes it too? Worse than Josh Lucas. You don't say that. No. When he's 300, he'll just be named Din. I mean, I guess that's fair. That's fair. I think Din's a fascist. Oh my god. Leon coming in hot. They twinked out Din this season. Absolutely. Can't wait for that twink Superman too. Mikkel says, been a dope 11 months. This season was definitely lackluster. Finale was 8 out of 10 in my opinion. So many questions are left totally unanswered. Nerdvengers assemble! Thanks, man. Appreciate the love. Daniel says with a 10 spot, so mention of Thrawn in episode 5. Talking about Thrawn in season 3, episode 7. Ahsoka trailer dropped before the season 3 finale. Mentioned Thrawn's heir to the Empire. Mando season 3 finale. Nothing. Dr. Evil. Right. Yeah, it is a little bit curious. I think a lot of people were hoping for a post-credit scene. Or something, something Thrawn-related for sure. But yeah, we don't get anything. Dirt Wizard with a 10 spot says, the first thing that popped into my mind at the end of the finale was Din and Grogu are going to basically be the Rangers of the New Republic. Great stream, my dude. Yeah, it kind of feels like that, yeah. They could take that plot line for sure. We'll see. We'll see, because Ahsoka is going to be this really big part of it. And then I think if they do a 4th season of Mando, it obviously has to take place after Ahsoka. Although I guess it could be taking place during Ahsoka. The Din of Nerds. Oh, bro, no. Bro, no. Bro, no. No, bro. No, bro. Grogu's skipping like a Muppet takes me out. We don't need him walking till he moves like the prequels Yoda. I love practical creatures in Star Wars, but it's goofy. It is goofy, isn't it? Dart Wizard says, also, I'm really happy Din is alive, so the season gets a 7 for me overall. I'm glad the Pedro drama didn't kill him off. Recast Din, I think. Yeah. I agree. I'm like glad. I hope they just work it out, man. I hope they work it out. I'd rather have them work it out than like be able to be like, I told you so. You know what I mean? Haunted Autumn says, if Marvel had 0 combos, why is Majors not on the key art for the digital release for Quantumania? I know, right? Does anyone believe that BS report? Well, here's the thing. The report itself is not BS. That statement from Marvel is BS. But if you're in Variety's situation, like, you just have to print that. You reached out to the studio for comment. That's their comment. You have to print it. But you're absolutely right. They literally remove him from the iTunes shit. You think that just happened on accident? You think somebody stumbled into photoshopping him out of that poster? They absolutely have had conversations about it. Look, the more I think about it, the more I actually believe the person that told me a week ago that it's over. You know, it's so crazy that all this stuff's trickling out this week. It was probably over last week. Sami says, Marvel has to move past Kang already. Ant-Man 3 killed the Kang hype. If the dangerous Kang loses to Ant-Man and co., other Kangs will get washed by the Avengers. I agree with that. That's why you got to go with Doom. Kyle says, Driver as Reed could be great. Imagine if you're seeing our 616 Illuminati being formed by Driver and Patrick Stewart. Yeah, that would be sick, although I don't think Patrick Stewart's going to be our Professor Xavier. Might be Giancarlo, actually. Darth Baba says, bad time to be a nerd. Definitely gonna miss Majors as Kang. Oh, he's an incredible talent. Like, that's the thing. Like, may well end up being a pretty horrible human being, or maybe the best way, like the most charitable way to say it is, this is a guy that's struggling with some things that probably needs help and needs to go on a journey to like fix himself. And maybe there's a scenario here where he walks through that valley of the shadow of death. He does make a comeback, you know, admits that he was wrong, rehabilitates his image, and maybe we get to see a sort of twilight resurgence of this dude's career. But I gotta tell you, depending on what happens with this court case and depending on what happens with the other women coming forward, that's gonna be pretty tough. That's gonna be pretty tough. But at the end of the day, it's like I have some empathy for him, even if he is a horrible, shitty person. You know, it's It's tricky. Kyle says, drivers. Oh, we already read that. Matthew says, Star Wars won't be good till KK is gone. Why does she still have a job? Bro, if you could answer that, like if you could figure out why she actually does have a job still, I would, oh man, like that would be great. I would report on it because I think it would be of note. I was hoping for Dev Patel as Reed, but if it's Adam, I hope Jodie Comer is Sue. She was in the last duel with him, and their chemistry was fantastic. Oh, okay. Yeah, was that Jodie Comer in that movie? I watched that movie. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, Dev Patel would have been great. You know, Dev Patel would have been fantastic, but I think Adam Driver will do a great job as well. 100%. And by the way, they did some very extensive casting. So I mean, at the end of the day, they tried out a lot of people and a lot of different kinds of people. So if they've kind of landed on Adam, there's a reason. And let's be real. Let's just be real about something. Adam Driver is fucking talented. Talented. I've only seen Dev Patel in a couple of different things, but I can't see range like he's got. I don't know if you necessarily need range for Reed, depending on what they want to do. Maybe they want to do Council of Reeds with him as well. But Adam Driver is a talent far beyond, I think, a lot of the other people that we've seen being mentioned for Reed. Like he's I would say he's on the level of Jonathan Majors, to be honest with you. X-Wing says, me, oh snap, Mando streams, less work, out these feelings, baby. Josh, this is the den of domestic abuse. I think I'm in the wrong class. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, brother. Sorry, you showed up at the wrong time. Your class is in an hour. Haunted Autumn says, if the MCU and Star Wars continue to bomb, you in theory should start a paranormal investigations channel. But seriously, have you seen the views on those? Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. We've thought a lot about that. My whole thing, man, is like, I'm going to continue to cover this stuff. We're going through a moment right now. And I think we can get past this moment. And I think the Marvel and Star Wars could return to form. DC could end up surprising me a lot with like what James Gunn is going to do. There's a lot of good things that are coming. But we are certainly having a moment right now. We are going through a very weird time. But what I've been kind of doing is like, I'm working a lot on my comic. Like, I want to tell my stories and get my IP out there. And at this moment, when all this other stuff's kind of lacking, it could be cool to like deliver something really awesome to you guys, and for you to be like, wow, like this is actually kind of dope. Like I really, really like this, and it's fulfilling something that I wasn't getting from this other stuff. So we'll see. Lord Vito says, I'm down for Kylo as Reed. Also, Veed is in Tennessee for a week vacation. Oh, sick, dude. Nice. Hope Tennessee treats you good, man. Diamond Fig says, kind of would be cool to see Boyega as Kang, especially if Driver is Reed. Dude needs a redemption from Star Wars screwing over his character, and he's great. I agree with you, but again, I this is something that Grace said, and I agree with her on this. Disney wants somebody very safe. After this happened with Jonathan Majors, bro, they want the safest, most kind of like just the company man, not going to say shit, and Boyega is not that guy. He's too risky. He's a little bit too much of a wild card. Too much of a wild card. So, probably not. Maverick Pilgrim says, Daisy Ridley for Kang. Oh, man, that would be... That'd be great. John Park says, 21 months, let's go. Nerd Ventures for life. Andorra is awesome. I don't know what Andorra is, but okay. Ryan Jackson with a 10 spot says, is it just me, or does it scare anyone else to think they're releasing so many scenes from the Guardians movie? I feel like I've already seen 45 minutes of the film. I love Guardians, and I hope it's solid. Yeah, I think that's because it's tracking kind of low. They're trying to get the hype up, the buzz up, and get people excited about it. I think the movie's going to slap. I think the movie's going to slap, so I wouldn't worry about it too much, man. Darian Stone says, I want to apologize to the Tower for posting spoilers in the general chat. It was 5 a.m. I was off the blinkers and salty about the finale. Sorry, guys. Oh, man, I'm sure everybody forgives you, man. It's not a big deal. Josh drinking out of single-use bottle waters. Yeah, and you know what else, Trin? Sometimes I only drink half of it and then just throw it out. I don't care. Swag Money says, dude, the Mythosaur blinked and we're supposed to lose our minds. This season was mid. So disappointed they never paid that off. I know, it was crazy, dude. It was fucking crazy, dude. Like, the Mythosaur didn't do anything. Incredible. But they saved their money on that. Arthur says, if Major's really done, the next actor has to be OP. Maybe Denzel? Who would you pick? I'm too invested in Kang since Loki, and I hope we get to keep the story. No Doom. Yeah, I understand that. I understand feeling that way for sure. I can't personally think of anybody that can rise to that level. So I don't have anybody. And that's part of the reason why I'm like, nah, just do Doom. So... Darth says, the Bo show will pick up the Mandalorian story and the Mando will be Din and Grogu. Take my money. I mean, maybe. Perhaps. Darth Radier says, destroying the saber was an L. Yeah, kind of undeniably an L. I don't... Hey, what the fuck? Diamond Fig says Gideon is arguably as important as Captain Phasma was. Only thing I can think is he didn't die and comes back with an effed up dark saber. What a waste. Yeah, that'd be cool. What do you guys think? You think he's done? Do you think Moff Gideon's coming back, or do you think he's done? Like, what do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think? I think he's gone, bro. Some of the clones survived. And now we're going to have this whole arc with, like, Gideon clones and shit like that? I don't know. You think he's coming back? I think he'll come back at, like, the end of the next season. Yeah, why keep... I don't like it. Andrew says, can we please get Din and Grogu in the new Star Wars movie? Yeah, I actually still want that too. And I think it would be pretty cool. N64 Rescue says, best new character in Mando Season 3. The End Zellens. 100%, dude. I'm out, motherfucker. Is the best line in all of Star Wars. Diamond Fig says, I'm not trying to be picky, but Grogu, his last name, Bo-Katan Kyries of Clan Kyries, Paz Vizsla, Clan Vizsla, wouldn't it be Grogu Jaren? Yeah, you're right, dude. They, Din Grogu is just such a compelling and cool name that, you know, they wanted to go with that. Jay Williams with the 10 spot says, Peter Jackson released The Two Towers just under a year after Fellowship. We waited 2 years for that season of Mando. Come on, man. 100% agree with you there, dude. What a stinker of a season for a 2-year wait, bro. Jesus Christ. You know, I made the tweet yesterday. How many of you guys remember on Nerd Theory I was saying, like, I had this perfect tweet that I've been working on the tweet? Do you guys remember? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Do you guys remember when I was talking about my perfect tweet? Did anybody see it? Did you guys see it? Here it is. At this point, I'm considering all these lackluster Star Wars shows to be Horcruxes for Kathleen Kennedy. Maybe after a few more, she'll finally be gone forever. I mean, get on over there and give that a like. If that's not, I mean, that's an incredible tweet. Come on, man. I was working on that for like 3 days. Yeah, that's the one, Robert. I was crafting it. You know, I was telling Elisa about it. I told Elisa about it, and she's like, I mean, it's kind of funny. I was like, I'm going for a drive, you know. The Tropic Thunder tweet was better, in my opinion. I mean, it might be. It might be better, you know. It might be better. I don't know. They're pretty good. They're all pretty good. Okay, Vandolph the Black says Mandalore water story was wrote in so he can take the helmet off. Then he can go live in both worlds now that Bo-Katan is the leader. Plus, if he works as a Mandalorian senator. I mean, I don't hate that. I just don't know why they don't have a single scene with him with the helmet off then, you know? Duel says, flash forward many years, Din is recast and a much older actor. Grogu is a young adult. We see Din die at Grogu's side of old age. Then we follow Grogu. Yeah, possibly. That could work. I'd be down. Thunara says, Mandalorian was fine, but Power Rangers special on Netflix made me cry like Theory for Luke Skywalker. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe I have to check that out. Elijah says, bye, Mando. 2024 is not enough time for more Mando Grogu adventures because Rey movie comes out in 2025. Next time we see Grogu will be with Rey. Suits will force sequel movie to use Grogu IP because of money! Yeah, you're probably right, Elijah. And also, if you're still in here, Elijah and Nerdvengers, let me just say that we are working on something super cool, man. Elijah is helping me to create something that you guys are going to really love and think it's fucking awesome, man. I'm really excited about it. Brian Lara says, little cheesy, but I'm okay with super happy ending, but didn't feel earned. The episode looked cool visually in some shots. So important. So much importance made about the Darksaber for no reason. R.I.P. Saber. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Even within, I think this is kind of wild because even within the Fortnite is for babies. Shut your mouth, dirty. Even though I think a lot of us are kind of down on the season, I still think we can appreciate some of this season and some of this finale. It's like it's I think right down the middle. It's like not bad enough for me to be like, yo, they fucking destroyed Mando. And it's definitely not good enough for me to be like, yo, Mando's back, everything's fine. It's like it's in this weird middle of the road for me. Does this season make Freddie Prinze right about Star Wars being for children and we're just salty old guys? Shut your mouth, DJ, but you're probably right. I love the finale, to be honest. Thoughts on Tales of the Jedi show, but for clone battalions? Tales of the 501st or Tales of the 212th? Much love. Not a bad idea, but I feel like we get a lot of that in the Clone Wars, to be honest with you. Ryan Jackson with a very generous $20 says, do you think they will ever have Fassbender as Magneto again in the MCU? I think he'd be a fantastic Doom. Ooh. He would be a great Doctor Doom. 100%, dude. That's a really cool casting choice for Doctor Doom. So, I'd be down. I would be down, bro. We'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. They were going to use him as Magneto in Multiverse of Madness, but they never did. And now I think Ian McKellen might get the call, so we'll see. I hate Andor, but it's better than Book of Boba Fett, Obi, and Mando 3. Hey, you don't say that, Soren, but you're probably right. Vandalf the Black says, the Darksaber is such a pass-around novelty. One day Din Grogu will get that crystal when he's 100. Theory has him at a teenager at 100. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That tracks. And I wouldn't mind it, dude. I just like, what are you doing? It's such a cool weapon. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Amber says, I totally thought this finale was going to give me Book of Boba Fett Episode 6 craziness and make up for all my disappointment this season, but alas, at least they didn't kill off Din. That I'll be grateful for. True, we should be grateful for that, but yeah, it's like... Yeah, Amber. Kind of a bummer, huh? Kind of a bummer. Darth Baba says, you think they could use Doctor Doom destroying all the Kang variants in Loki or another project to build up his reign in the MCU? Could turn out to be very fulfilling if they go that route. It's going to depend on what they decide to do with Loki. I think they have to reshoot it. So if they do reshoot it, why not? Throw some Doctor Doom in there. But this would take a massive overhaul on their end. And they'd have to start like dropping little teases of Doom all over the place. Which they can absolutely do. Like they can do that. But they're going to have to really think hard as to what they want to do here. If Din's out, shelved, what about Grogu? This guy's name is Din Grogu. We'll see. We'll see what you guys got cooking over there. Diamond Fig says, Gideon returning is Reddit-pilled. He took the saber from Bo before he died, so technically, the season felt like a Saturday morning cartoon. Yes, but in a bad way. Sometimes Star Wars can feel like that, and it's fine. But this was like a stretch, man. It really didn't feel great. Eric Myers, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. DJ says, Disney will make it up to us with Tales Season 2 being about Rey. Jesus Christ. Riley says, had to destroy it so Grogu can rebuild it with Master Huang in Ahsoka. Din's confirmed in Ahsoka? No, they're not confirmed in Ahsoka, bro. What you talking about? Darth Spidey says, with how bad this season was, I would rather have had Mando die, so at least I could feel something during the finale. Instead, it was meh! Nerd Vengeance for life. Yeah. I can't argue with that, man. I can't argue with that, dude. It's a tough one, dude. Oh, jeez. Apparently there was an incident. I'm doom scrolling a little bit. I'm sorry, you caught me. I'm doom scrolling a little bit about Jonathan Majors, but apparently there was an incident on Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. One of the victims of one of his Manhattan incidences worked on Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Jesus Christ. Whew. Well. Well now. Well now. Yep. I've been on the Fassbender as Doom train for a few years now. He qualifies as one of the safe company guy kind of picks. Fassbender versus Driver. It would be fire, bro. I can't deny it. That would be fire, of course. Don't let the negativity consume you, Josh. Hang in there. I see it on your face. No, I'm not letting it consume me. Like, it's a really weird situation because it just happened as we were going live, like the new victims coming forward and all that, right? So it's like a tough one. It's clearly on my mind. I'm thinking about it. Also, yeah, we're going through a rough time period right now. I don't know what else to say. I appreciate all of you guys for sticking with me, and just kind of trying to enjoy what we can enjoy while also being like, yo, damn, So we're just going to kind of keep it moving, man. I still think there's a lot of stuff to get excited for. Orkez45 says, even though season 2 was kind of mid and the finale wasn't the best, I think this set up for a better season 4. I agree with that. It's essentially like we've taken it back to the status quo. Like we just got back to status quo. So, guys, look, I'm Josh. Kenobi is going to be so good. Andor is going to be so good. The Mandalorian is going to be so good. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. It wasn't supposed to go down this way. And also, look at this cool Punisher shirt I got on. Y'all don't know. Rocking this Punisher shirt. Y'all don't know? Shit. Din dies in season 4. What other character development does he need? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? We shall see. Stand up and do a spin? No! No! I'm too tired. You're a funny guy. Oh, thanks, man. I just had to do a bicep exercise with Josh screaming in my ear. Much love. Hell yeah, dude. Punisher is a fascist? Jesus Christ. We were on the hype train with you, Josh. I know. Hit us with a twirl. You mother truckers. Does this mean the Gosling Doctor Doom rumors are likely true? Gosling is 43 and Driver is 40. Dude, don't do that to me. Chase, don't do that to me, dude. We're down in the dumps, okay? We're down in the dumps. And you're gonna throw that shit on? Oh my god, bro. Bro, we're fucking damn. Ryan fucking Gosling. Bro, don't. Kevin Feige, just don't. Dude, just don't. Say that. Why wasn't it a red flag when Majors tried walking out of his first meeting with Marvel? I don't think that's necessarily a red flag of being a domestic abuser. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. The guy values his time, and Yeah, I mean, maybe you could take away from that he's a little brash, but it's not like he went up to the female receptionist and like slapped the shit out of her. He's like, I'm Jonathan Majors. I'm sick of waiting for this shit. Bam! Slap the shit out of her. Then, yes, you'd be like, wow, that seemed to be a red flag. But it doesn't seem like that's what happened. How far does Loki season 2 get pushed back? I don't know. What a shame, too. If that ended up having to happen. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Wow, Man. Man, that sucks, huh? Ah, shit. I mean, at the rate it's going, bros, we might have to talk about this on Friday because Marvel might just officially drop him. The heat's getting turned up pretty hard right now. Again, I think they want to wait until after. Ironically, his court date is a little bit after Guardians comes out, so they could they could announce it then, I guess. Doom solos Kang. Oh, hell yeah, man. Could the mask get in the way of casting? I think the mask is an issue. 100% the mask is an issue, but it depends on what they want to do with the version. Because Victor, like, I think right now in comics, Doom, he, like, puts the mask on to fight and shit, but he actually, his face is totally fine. After Secret Wars, Reed, like, fixes his face. You know? Well, Papa Josh, the Mandalorian finished just as blah as the rest of the season. Being a Nerdventure has worked. Having a huge guest this Saturday. Take my money, Nerdventures for life. Right on, brother. Appreciate you chilling. I hope you're doing well, man. Do you think Jon Favreau messed up Grogu's name because he hated him being called Baby Yoda? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Have you ever seen Drive? Gosling was incredible in that. He's moved on to greater things now. The legendary portrayal of Ken and Barbie. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've seen Drive. He's actually pretty good in Drive. Yeah. Diamond Fig says, after what we've preferred, the Mando's retake Mandalore in a time jump flashback. After what we got, would have preferred Mando's retake Mandalore in a jump flashback. This was a season-long side quest. Stoked to see the Property Brothers cameo next season on the Condolorian. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I get what you're saying for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get on out of here. Big video coming out tomorrow that summarizes the season, talks about my like specific issues with the season as a whole, and it talks about what I think the future holds for the Mandoverse and how I see all of this playing out. I figured tonight we would really focus on the finale. The video is going to focus on the entire season. It's going to be a big video. I think you'll dig it. We'll be back at it Friday morning with a stream. I'm not entirely sure what we'll talk about. Maybe some good news. Wouldn't that be great? Some good news would be sick. It would be great. Talk about some big news. Some nice, awesome, positive big news would be great. So I will see you guys there. I appreciate you. Much love to you all. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Please stop calling it the Mythosaur. It's a Mythosaur. Nah, it's a Mythosaur, bruh. That's what it is. So there you go. Oh, man. Yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death of shadows of fucking Marvel, DC, fucking Star Wars bull crap, I can't believe it. I shall fear no Mickey Mouse. Wow. Wow, wee wah. Wow, wee wah. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks, Mariana. Thank you. I shall fear no Lizzo. Indeed. Another season in the books. Another Star Wars show, you know? Appreciate you guys. I really do. I really freaking do. Remember to open up your third eye. Wash out your stinky butt. Take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other.